Well, and we delivered it up to General Frank, who was head of service forces in the South Pacific. And so whenever you pulled into some place to resupply, and it was General Frank's boat, you know, they put the best on there.
And I'm just assisting Ethel here a little bit. Of this period of time, what was the most unique thing that stands out in your mind relative to this part of your service career when you were there in the South Pacific? Is there anything that uniquely stands out other than, you know, riding on the in luxury there?
Well, gee, I don't know. I think I just felt really fortunate to, you know, a lot of guys ended up in units that they weren't especially happy with, and I couldn't, if I had looked it all over first and picked where I wanted to go, that's where I would have went. So
Be on a small ship.
Yeah.
And just one other thing too, I know we'll pick up again once you get home and do your Christmas part of it. What did it feel like once you realized that Japan had surrendered? How did you feel as a soldier, as a military person?
Well, I was very happy because we knew, while we hadn't been in any heavy fighting before, we were up there getting ready to put the 25th Division in on Kyushu. And oddly enough, my brother was scheduled to land about 60 miles away with the 1st Cavalry Division. And
There would have been a lot of fighting.
And the casualties there would have been horrendous because the Japanese, well, once they surrendered, I didn't see, never saw any antagonism or anything on their part, but before they surrendered, they just weren't surrendering. You had to kill them all, you know.
During your time too, did you ever have any time off or like R&R during this period of time? And if you did, what did you do when you had your downtime?
When I went back to Brisbane from New Guinea after we delivered the boat up to Hollandia, we went down to a place on the Gold Coast of Australia, about halfway between Sydney and Brisbane, called Coolangatta, and there was a big Red Cross rest camp there, and that was really something. You know, they had fresh salads and milk and stuff that you hadn't had up in the island
all that time.
Yeah, and it was right on a bluff overlooking the ocean, and they had basketball courts down on the beach and horses to ride. It was really great. I was there for about 10 days.
So what did that feel like? I mean, just how did you feel?
Oh, it was great. It was funny because...
How old were you then at that point in time approximately?
19. And we learned how the Australian pubs worked.
The Australians liked the Americans then.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, when we went to Australia, Australia had 4 divisions of troops, and they were all in North Africa.
Right. They were
And one of their divisions, they had sent one division home because Prime Minister Curtin, I think his name was very concerned that they had no troops at all left in Australia. But outside of that one division, they were most happy to have the American soldiers there. And it was good duty because we were well paid,